Welcome to Because. We have a great show planned for you today. We'll start out today's episode with Kathleen Benson as she stops by our kids' Thanksgiving cooking class. Next, Mary Rice will be at the Prairie Burn.
Hi, I'm Rebecca, and I take time for fun by going to the farm.
WSPD, your place to take time for fun.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in one-horse open sleigh. Hey!
Hi, I'm Kathleen Benson with the Schaumburg Park District. Today we're at the Bach Center with our kids cooking series. Tonight's theme is Thanksgiving treats. We'll be doing lots of sweets that all revolve around the Thanksgiving theme, so come and check it out with us.
Yeah. Cookie, this one, this one.
All right, we're here with one of our participants. What's your name, honey?
Olivia,
How old are you, Olivia?
9.
And is this your first time at one of the kids cooking classes?
No, I've actually been here since I was like 3.
Wow, which classes are your favorites? Which themed classes are your favorite ones?
I like the holiday ones because it involves the most frosting.
Oh, frosting, yummy. And what are you making here today?
Well, right here we have a little like hat thing. Here's like a turkey, and then here's like a dinner with like it's supposed to be mashed potatoes with butter, but it looks like an egg. There's peas, and then I think this is supposed to be chicken.
Are you going to eat all those sweets yourself, or are you going to share them with maybe your mom or your dad or maybe your brother or sister at home?
No,
You're going to eat them all yourself?
I didn't have lunch.
Oh, so sweets instead. Good idea. All right. Well, thanks so much for coming to the class. Are we going to see you at the holiday one in December as well?
Yep.
All right. Excellent. We hope to see you there too.
And put a little circle. Nice job. Take a little dab.
No, that's not mine. This is.
Now this is Clara's.
I need more frosting.
And she's coming. I need everyone to take a dab of their frosting and put
Back here with two of our friends. What's your name, honey?
Kella and Lick.
All right. And what's your name?
Zoe.
And what were you making here, Zoe?
We were making a turkey, and we made a little hat. We also made a dinner with a turkey, mashed potatoes, and peas, and we just made pumpkin pie.
Oh, can you show me? Clara, how about you show me your pumpkin pie? Show that to the camera here. Oh, wow. That's really good. Good job. You like?
Well, my pumpkin might have bite out of it, and I don't know what to do. And
Oh, Clara wants to eat that pumpkin pie already. Man, Zoe, what are you looking forward to eating the most?
I was looking forward to eating the dinner.
The little dinner treat? That looks pretty good. Are you guys going to eat all these snacks right now, or are you going to wait until maybe after you have a real dinner to eat?
Maybe after a real dinner.
That's a good idea. And what are you looking forward to eating? Maybe the turkey over there, maybe? And what's your favorite Thanksgiving thing to eat?
My favorite Thanksgiving thing to eat is the mashed potatoes.
Oh, yummy. What do you like to eat at Thanksgiving?
Turkey and mashed potatoes and
Awesome. She loves everything. All right. Well, there we go. We got two of our friends here enjoying the Thanksgiving treats over here at Bach.
Clara, yours is over here. Yours is over here. That's perfect, Nora.
We're back here at Bach with two more of our friends in the Thanksgiving treats class. What's your name, honey?
Elise.
How old are you, Elise?
5.
5. And what's your name, buddy?
Alex.
And what's your name?
Alex.
Alex. How old are you, Alex?
8.5.
8.5. All right. And is this your first time at this class? Yeah. What have you liked to make so far?
The turkey.
The turkey. Do you like to eat turkey for Thanksgiving? Yeah. What sound does a turkey make?
Buck paw.
Oh, bok bok.
Gobba gobba gobba. Gobba 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 gobba.
Yeah. Do you like turkey too, Alex? Oh, not so much, I guess. What's your favorite thing to eat for Thanksgiving?
Treats after the Halloween.
Oh, treats after Halloween? Oh, well, let's see if you save any of that candy from Halloween for Thanksgiving. I'm not sure how good that's going to be. Oh, yeah. All right, guys. Well, what do you think you're going to make next?
I don't know.
I don't know. I see her getting out some pretzels, so we better get back to the class so we can check it out.
Who loves frosting?
Me.
Frosting.
Cupcakes and birthday cakes. That's cool. I don't really like that popcorn.
And you see how Zoe has some orange and white in her frosting? That's okay too.
All right, we're here with our instructor of the cooking classes. What's your name?
Joanne Walker.
And Joanne, how long have you been teaching the classes here at the Schaumburg Park District?
A little over 20 years.
Wow. And what did the kids make tonight in this class?
Today was Thanksgiving goodies, and they made autumn leaves, they made turkeys, they made a pumpkin pie, and also a teepee.
Wow, that's awesome. And what brings you back, year after year teaching the classes here at the Park District?
I have so many children continue to take the classes year after year, so in order for me to stay fresh, I take cooking classes also.
Oh, wow. And what classes do we have coming up that you're going to be teaching?
Next month we have the holiday goodies, and it's for 4 and 5-year-olds with their parents, and for 6 through 9-year-olds. 6 through 12-year-olds without their parents.
Excellent. Well, hopefully we'll get some good signups for that. We can make some more special treats for the holiday season. Thanks.
I hope to see many of the children back again.
Zoe, you help me push it down.
What is this chocolate cake?
Whoa! And you can spread it with...
Yeah, 2 roaches.
All right. Well, that wraps up our Thanksgiving treats class here at Bach tonight. We made a pumpkin pie, a turkey, a hat, a Thanksgiving meal, and we're finishing up with our leaves that are changing colors right before our eyes. We've had so much fun here tonight. Make sure you sign up for our holiday treats class in December, as well as more cooking classes here at Bach next year. Thanks so much, and we'll see you later.
Welcome to Spring Valley on a very glorious and perfect day for doing a prairie burn. Yeah, you heard that correctly. About twice a year we come out here when the weather is absolutely perfect like today, when there's little to no wind, and the prairie is ready to be burned because the ground is dry enough to be able to sustain a fire. There's 2 different ways that we protect the buildings from catching fire and the prairie fire from getting away from us, and that is to mow the edges of the prairie so that the edges are so short that they won't burn, and we also have people out here with water accessible to them to be able to contain the fire. Usually we burn on a day when there's little to no wind, and that's why today is such a glorious day. And what you're going to be seeing are yellow-clad men and women out there who have been trained intensively and extensively to be able to keep themselves safe in a prairie burn. Sometimes these fires are 25 or 30 feet high, and they burn very, very quickly. Sometimes people ask about the animals that live in the prairie. Most of the animals here either burrow into the ground, and the prairie moves so quickly that it doesn't bother them, or else they can flee away, either by flying or by running away. So the animals are protected, the people are protected, and the only thing that actually burns are the prairie plants. And actually, that's a good thing, because the plants then immediately turn into enriching the soil. The ashes help the next year's growth to be even better than this year's growth. I'm here now with Matt McBrien, who I guess we could say is the chief cook of the Prairie. He's our trainer. He's the one who leads the Prairie burn, decides which days are good enough to burn on. And what would you say? The wind's coming up now. Did you have any wind problems today?
No, actually, we had a pretty good day as far as wind goes. It was a little bit light earlier, but it kicked up when we needed it to.
People might be interested in knowing why I even asked that question. Is there such a thing as having too much wind or too little wind?
Yeah, depending on the situation. Usually with our prairies, we don't burn if the winds are above 15 miles an hour, whereas in our woodlands, we like at least 15 to 20 miles an hour.
What's the difference?
Well, in the prairie, you're in a wide open space, so there's nothing to knock the wind down, as opposed to in the woodland, all the trees kind of interfere with your wind and kind of slow things down a little bit. So, and you're burning fuels that are lower to the ground in the woodland as well. So you don't catch as much wind close to the ground. You need a little bit stronger wind to push that along.
I was noticing as I came out that a whole portion of the prairie here actually didn't burn. Can you explain why?
Yeah, that's the top of the prairie behind me is it's kind of a stemmy matrix of goldenrods that typically don't burn very well, whereas the area that's blackened behind me is mostly prairie grasses that carry a fire really well.
Do you see a difference in the parts of the prairie here when we burn and when we don't burn?
I do. I mean, for one thing, it keeps out a lot of the woody species that would otherwise, kind of take over the prairie. So really burning in our prairies is necessary for the prairie itself to survive.
How long did it take you today to actually do the burn?
Oh, geez, I think from the time we started, it was probably maybe 30, 45 minutes, something like that. I think the guys are still working on it a little bit back there, doing what is called mop up. It's just what we do following a burn, just to make sure anything that's smoldering is out completely.
You sort of anticipated my next question. The burn itself was a very short period of time, but the setup beforehand and the setup or the follow-up afterwards really do take a lot of time.
It really does. I mean, everything from all our notifications that we do to the police department and battalion chief, Cook County Department of Environment, that's all done the morning of our burns typically, as well as any resident notifications that we do. We let them know the day of our burn that we're burning that day, as well as ahead of time as well, so that way they're aware of our range of areas that we're going to be burning in.
How big a crew did you have today?
I believe we had 7 today, which is pretty typical for a prairie burn of this size. Anything larger than what we did today, we look for at least 10 or 12 people.
Little wildlife there, liking the look, huh? Liking the smell. Ode to fire, right?
That's right.
What's it like when you go home with your clothes, huh?
Well, yeah, I mean, definitely you carry it with you, that's for sure.
I'm here with Lynn Eichenberry, one of our staunch volunteers who has done more prairie burns than I could probably count. Can you estimate how many you've done?
I've been doing them since, the 80s, so...
Okay.
How many?
Okay, I guess we could do the math on that one. Tell me, how many trainings have you actually attended in order to be able to participate with Matt in a burn?
I've attended at least 3 or 4. If you continue burning year after year, you don't have to go every year, but every 3 or 4 years you go for a refresher course.
And how long is that course, just to give people an idea that it does take time?
It lasts pretty much most of the day. We break for lunch and then have a little bit after lunch.
And what's the best part of the day, the lunch or the training?
I like the training. I mean, I just bring my own lunch, so it's bag lunch. But
So what do you think about Prairie Burns? I know you also do programs here for us with the school children, explaining the prairie, the ecosystem, why we do what we do here. What is it about the Prairie Burn that makes you want to participate in it?
the renewal of the prairie. When I started here, there was no prairie. It was cornfield and soybeans. And over the years, it's become prairie. And without the burns and the planting and the seed collecting, we wouldn't have the prairie that we have today.
And that in itself is interesting that you brought up that there's more to it than just burning the prairie. We have to actually collect the seeds in the fall and then save them for springtime, or else actually grow them in the greenhouse. And you participate in all parts of that, don't you?
Yes, I enjoy being out in nature and doing the conservation activities.
Do you do any of the transplanting of the baby plants when they get started in spring?
I do help in the greenhouse. I've done some of the seed planting and transplanting in the greenhouse, and then the transplanting out on the prairies and in the woodlands.
And I just thought of one more step, the cleaning of the seeds. Explain that. I'm sure people don't realize that we clean seeds in order to be able to plant them in the prairie.
When you collect the seeds, you get a lot of stems and leaves and what we call chaff. So you have to rub the seeds over a screen that keeps the chaff up above. The seeds fall through the screen, and then you have mostly seeds to plant rather than leaves and stems.
And go one step further. What do we do with many of those seeds?
Some of the seeds are broadcast and just scattered. The seeds are sorted out by, of course, what kind they are. They're not mixed together. And they're planted in little flats, and then from the flats they're transplanted to little plugs that will eventually go out into the prairie.
So the long and the short of it is prairie restoration is a lot of work. And the one other thing I was thinking of, some of those seeds spend the winter in our coolers and our refrigerators, don't they? We have to simulate the fact that the seeds would be outside in winter if they were out here. So any last words you'd like to say about the burn? Was it a good one today? I know what Matt said. What was your opinion as a volunteer actually working it?
It was a well-controlled burn. Everything went as planned, which is all you can ask for in a burn.
So here we are at Spring Valley after the burn. And it was quite an amazing sight, I'm sure. I wasn't out here to see it today, but in April you'd get an opportunity to see it again if you come out to Spring Valley. I'm not sure if it's the first Saturday in Spring Valley or the second. My memory kind of says it's the first, but just check the Park District brochure when it comes out for spring. And we have a nighttime burn, so if this was impressive, you should see it at night when it's just the sun's setting and it's just getting to be dark. Come out to Spring Valley next spring and see how well the prairie looks, how beautiful, because these plants have provided the soil for next year.
It's Kristy reporting from the CRC for the Because Show, and I'm excited because today is our grand reopening of the CRC. As you've seen here on parkfund.com, we've had a great renovation project where we remodeled, we added onto the building, we had done some behind the scenes tours that I'm sure you watched, and now it's a completed project. So we're excited to officially unveil it today, and it's perfect in time for everyone to come out this winter, get into the CRC, take a bunch of great classes, try something new, and we're going to check out a bunch of stuff today.
Good afternoon. We appreciate everybody coming out this afternoon. My name is Tony LaFrenere. I'm the Executive Director of the Schaumburg Park District. Especially coming out on a day like today where it's a beautiful snowy day in Schaumburg. I'd like to welcome everybody to our CRC grand reopening. This project has a lot of special meaning for me. I grew up about 4 blocks away from here, right near Hoover School. So it's been a pretty cool project to see the evolution of CRC. You know, it was back in the early 70s that the building was built, and to see it continue to evolve and be an integral part of the Schaumburg landscape. Before I turn it over to our board president, I just want to give a heartfelt thank you to all the staff that were involved in this project. They all did a great job. I'll let President Johnson introduce those staff that were involved. But thanks again for coming out today, and I'll turn it over to our board president, Dave Johnson.
Good afternoon. Glad you all came out in this great weather. I'd like to introduce our board: Sharon D. Maria, Bob Schmidt, George Longmire, and Mike Daniels. This was a project that we took citizens' input, adjusted the citizens' input, and built this in 6 months. Some of the key staff involved in this was Dan Otto, Assistant Director, Doug Kettle, John Stinkus, wherever he went. Our staff here who put up with this: Kristy McCann, Ryan Gangler, Vince Kennedy, who just flew in for this. And really the process took from our citizens' input. We determined that we needed additional facilities in the senior center, the fitness area, and more after-school programs, and we really did a great job. So thank you all for coming. Thank you. And come forward for the cutting. Here, Sharon. Oh, you can come. Yeah, Bob, we'll go on this side.
All right. Here, I'll go on this side.
Okay.
All right, don't cut yet. Look first.
Okay.
All right, everybody look up at me.
One,
2,
3.
So we are in our renovated cycle studio, and I found Alyssa Danko.
So as you can see, we are in the brand new, or I should say newly renovated cycle studio. We offer a new cycle class option. This is something that just started this fall that we didn't have before. It's a 10 class pass option. Gives you the flexibility to take any of the cycle classes any day of the week. In addition to our newly renovated cycle studio, we have a brand new TRX personal training studio right next door. This space is great because personal trainers can use it with their clients, and then also we have TRX and small boot camp classes going on in that space as well. And then in addition to that, on the other side, we have a brand new group fitness studio that will host a whole bunch of our Fitness Unlimited classes.
We are in one of our new enrichment rooms. And if you kind of remember back when we did our behind the scenes tour, where we are right now used to actually be outside. This is all brand new space. It used to be an outside playground, and thank God it's not a playground today. It's snowing and cold. But what this room is used for now is a lot of our different enrichment programs for preschool, as well as our CASPER program. And I have Stephanie with me here today, who helps run our CASPER program. And for those of you who don't know what CASPER is our before and after school care option. You guys work with District 54. Tell me a little bit about what CASPER does and who all comes here in the afternoons.
We are currently in 10 schools in District 54 doing before and after school. Over here is our overflow site, and we bus in from 6 different schools to provide care as an alternative because our schools are full. And we bus in about 120 kids every day into the 2 enrichment rooms down here and the community room upstairs.
I'm with Lisa Perone. She is our senior supervisor. I hope I got the title right. Yeah, Senior Center Supervisor, the SSC. No, SSCS. Well, you know what I'm saying.
I know what you mean.
Tell me a little bit about this space. Who uses it, and do they love it?
We are so excited. Oh my gosh. The room, for one, is just gorgeous. The guys are very protective. You know, we've got new felt, new cushions, new everything, and we've got probably, I'll bet you since we opened it, at least 6 or 7 new guys that are playing with us as well.
A quick grab Beth Waller, who is our cultural arts supervisor.
Let me tell you, we are always busy, and we love to be busy. We want to keep your kids busy, keep you busy. So, you know, in December, we do have a couple camps. So it's new for us we added a couple things that are a little bit different. We've got some Art Excellent camps. They copy what we do in the summer because people have asked for it. So we're like, let's have them so they can come. Yes, exactly. And we have some holiday palm camps, so those are fun too. So we love to get people out for that. A lot of our group classes start in January, so people can start in group music classes. They can come out and do ceramics and all the visual arts camps and classes. Most of them start in January. But like I said, we have some mini camps in December, so they can get doing that. Dance classes, they can do all the way through January. They can start, but they can't be in recital. That's just because we have to get costumes.
Well, I hope you enjoyed checking out the renovated, brand new, grand reopening of the CRC, the Community Recreation Center. I hope you have a chance to come over here and see it for yourself in person, take a class, come to the fitness center, take a cultural arts class, come to the senior center, play some cards. So many options for you to do this winter and into next year. So enjoy, and as always, get more information at parkfun.com or give a call or stop over anytime.
We hope you enjoyed today's show. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget, take time for fun.